Hey, how's it going? My name's Jason, and Nikon just released a firmware update to help out a few of their cameras with low light situation autofocus. And I have a Z6 II. I'm recording on that right now. And I did the upgrade, but before I did, I recorded a little video in the evening when it was just getting dark, not quite dark. And then after I did the upgrade, the next day I did the same type of video in the same situation, the same place, at the same time of evening to see if there was a difference, at least in that one scenario. That's not it won't cover every aspect of the upgrade, I'm sure, but just in that one scenario, you can see how massive the difference is, whether it's a lot or a little. This first clip is right at sunset, so the light is still pretty good, and it's before I did the upgrade. The second clip was taken a few minutes later when the sun went down just a little bit more. So it's slightly darker, but not enough to notice. On the third clip here, the sun had set just a little farther. It was getting a little darker, and the camera was struggling a little bit to maintain focus. Not terrible, but again, this was before the update. Now on the fourth clip here, it was about 15 minutes after sunset. It was just starting to get dark, and the camera was really struggling on maintaining focus. I quit filming when it got about this dark because that's where the camera started to struggle, and that's what I wanted to see. Was it going to correct it from here and past this point? So now I'll walk you through on how to update your firmware. It's an easy process if you follow a few simple steps, and we'll go do that right now. First, you want to format your memory card. Scroll down to the wrench icon, and then scroll right to the first menu. It says Format Memory Card. Scroll right. Hit your memory slot, the one you use. I use CF Express. Click Yes. Hit OK. Plug in your memory card to your computer and search for the Nikon Download Center. Find your particular camera at the download center and click on it. And then click on the firmware option underneath the picture of your camera. Click Accept and proceed to download. Once your update is downloaded, double click on the download box, then double click on the folder until you get a zipped folder on the striped lines. And then open another file window. Just go up to the top menu to File on Finder and click Open New Window. And then find your XQD card or your SD card, and then open your SD card to the striped lines and drag the zipped folder from the update over to the top line. Put your memory card back in your camera and then go back to the wrench icon on menu. Click one up on the menu and you'll go to firmware version. Click down, scroll down to where it says update and hit OK. Then scroll up to yes, click OK, and your camera will start updating the firmware. And it takes about 5 minutes, so don't turn the camera off, just let it do its thing. If you don't see an option to update your firmware when you turn on your camera menu, you did something wrong when you were putting the the firmware update onto your memory card. So just format your card again and repeat that process, but do it a little slower and pay attention this time. So this was my first clip I did after the update the next day, right around sunset again. And again, we waited a few minutes for it to get a little bit darker, and we did another run. If you're wondering why the footage is a little shaky, I'm actually trying to use a glide cam. I'm practicing. Glide cams are extremely difficult to use if you've never used one, or maybe you're a pro at it, but I'm trying to get better at it. So he's fumbling around on the rollerblades and I'm fumbling around with the glide cam. After the third run here, when it was just a little bit darker, it seemed to hold its focus a little bit better than it did before. But you can see where I'm getting too close with the camera. It was too close to focus. But it popped right back in and it held on pretty good. And this last clip, again, is about 15 minutes after sunset, after the firmware update. And here is a side-by-side of before and after the update, both about 15 minutes after sunset. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and if you know someone that could benefit from this somehow, please pass it along. Thank you.